Welcome to Foundations in Pre-Cal 10. This is your host, Mrs. Clausen. Today we're going to talk about something in math called solving triangles. So if you're asked to solve a triangle, you're asked to find all missing angles and all missing side lengths. Okay, so you've got to find everything about the triangle. Now just a reminder that your tools that you can work with when you have a right triangle are the primary trig ratios. So you've got SOHCAHTOA to work with. Don't forget you've also got the Pythagorean theorem, and that the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So those are kind of the tools in your toolkit. And also just a tip that when possible, try to use the original pieces of information to solve to avoid double errors. Because if you calculate, say, a side length, and then use that side length to get another piece of information, if you made a mistake the first time, then both answers are going to be wrong. Okay, another thing that's super important to know is that when we're naming, so we name angles with capital letters and side lengths with the lowercase equivalent opposite the angle. So I will show you what I mean when we look at this. So this is angle A, angle B, angle C, and then we would name across from angle A would be little a, across from angle C would be little c, and across from angle B would be little b. Okay, so we know that they have those sides opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, but we name them A, B, and C, and careful not to get them confused with the Pythagorean theorem A, B, and C. It can be any letters anywhere. So we want to find everything about this triangle. So I know that I can use the trig ratios to calculate angle A and angle C. And I also know that I can use the sum of the angles in a triangle as 180 degrees. So let's look at that first. So if I want to find angle A, I know that they have to add up to 180. So I've got 180, take away all the other angles in the triangle. Well, this is equal to 90 and this is equal to 70. So I need to subtract 90 and subtract 70. If your brain works the other way and you want to add up 70 and 90 and get 160 and then go, how much more do I need to get to 180? That will also get you the same answer. But either way, we're going to see that angle A is 20 degrees. Okay, now to find these other side lengths, we're going to use our trig ratios. So here is my angle. This side is opposite. If I want to find the hypotenuse, I can do that. That would be using the trig ratio of sine. And I guess this one down here, I might as well name it as adjacent. So I'm going to have to use tangent there. So I'll start with finding the hypotenuse. So we know that sine of 70 degrees is the opposite, which is 12.5, over the hypotenuse, which is c. This is the tougher solve, where I have to multiply by c to get it up out of the denominator of the fraction, or I'm putting it over 1 and cross multiplying. So I have c sine of 70 is equal to 12.5, so I'm going to divide by sine of 70. So I get 12.5 divided by sine of 70. So that's going to give me 13.3 meters. So I've got that. And then I'm going to use the tangent ratio to calculate the adjacent side. So tan of 70 equals opposite, which is 12.5, over adjacent, which is A. I will multiply by A on both sides, and then I will divide by tan of 70. So 12.5 divided by tan of 70 gives me 4.5 centimeters. Okay, so I've calculated every side and every angle in the triangle. Let's take a look at the second example here. So I'm given two sides and I'm asked to find the third side and the angles. I have got a typo here. This should say Z. So side X, angle X we don't know, angle Z we don't know, and side Y. Well, if we want to calculate that side length, we can just use the Pythagorean theorem. So I'm wanting to find the hypotenuse. Remember the Pythagorean theorem, you have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. If you're given the two legs, which is what we have in this case, or if you're given the hypotenuse and a leg, it's c squared minus a squared is equal to b squared. So we are going to find that side length first. So I will say that 12 squared plus 18 squared is equal to y squared. That comes to 468 And then I know that I need to square root on my calculator to get my answer of 21.6. Okay, I don't know if I'm right, but I know that I'm reasonable because I know that the hypotenuse has to be the longest side in a triangle. Now, if we want to calculate the angles, it doesn't matter which one. If I calculate angle X first, remember to always use the given information. So I'm going to use the 18 and the 12. So this is opposite and adjacent. So tangent of X equals 18 over 12. And I have to inverse tan to get that off of there. So X is equal to 56 degrees. And then I know that if this is 56 and this is 90, I can just subtract that from 180 to get angle Z will be 180 minus 90 minus 56 gives me 34 degrees. Okay, so that is solving a triangle. So I've got about 6 for you to practice again with. Again, if you do 3 or 4 and you're feeling good about it, you don't have to do them all, but if you need extra practice, they are there for you.